Okay, I think it's working. So there's a network issue, and today I'm gonna hit some network issue while I'm at home. So if I started sharing my screen. Yes. So share screen, that one. Okay, again today again. So there's a network issue at my home. So if I disconnect, sorry for that, I'll try to track sometime when I'm clicking this one. So the thing is, there's an awesome repository around secure supply chain and SBOM. This is SBOM. So as you can see, if to get the link, I'll showing you. So this link contains the SBOM specifications, CycloneDX, and SPDX, and other tools that is around secure supply chain. So let's start, for example, let's start with the, first of all, the Wikipedia definition and what is an SBOM, the Linux Foundation article. And let's go to Linux Foundation article. First of all, what is an SBOM? So we can track today's agenda with the well-known URLs. So basically, it says that the blah 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 blah. It says that open source community identified need for and began to address the challenge of SBOM list ingredients. So basically, ingredients is actually, it is related with the food supply chain. So you look at the back of your food when you go to the market and try to understand what's in it. So if you're vegan or if you're vegetarian, you don't you don't buy or purchase that has meat or meat product. So the ingredients actually is the product. The food is made of ingredients, and actually our software is made of components, open source components, containers, and we ship to customer side or ship to production. So the thing is that billions of components will be deployed, and actually it says that. So do you know, we should ship the ingredients to the customer, to the production, or we should store the ingredients of the software like GitHub or Bitbucket or Azure DevOps. So it really doesn't matter. It's just the source control is needed to store it. So to store that data, they're around SPDX, software package data exchange format, and the other one is developed by CycloneDX, which is an OWASP industry standard. So there are three types of SBOM formats. One is SPDX, the other one is CycloneDX. So, and SPDX has different versions as well. And so you just put the ingredients of the software in a file, and then you ship to your production or you ship to your customer to say that these are the components that our software is made of. By this way, they can upload somewhere, and then they can identify the problems or the security vulnerabilities of if there's an issue with their licenses, they can easily find out the problem. So these are the two important things related with the SBOM definition. So basically, we have two types of formats, but actually three. But generally, using SPDX is one of the most commonly used. The other one is CycloneDX. It should be like this one. CycloneDX. It should be this one. I didn't remember it. So let's say that. Let's say that if I have the Java application, basically, and let me show you something from the Java application. So let's go back and then sample program. So it's just a simple program, as you can see from the pom.xml file. It has just a JUnit file. So if I go to, let's say that if I want to build it and try to understand the dependencies of this project, so it's just made of the open source projects and just a dependency. We add the JUnit as a dependency. So let's look at for example, all the dependencies and the transitive dependencies of this project. So basically, Maven is a package manager for Java applications. GoMod is another package manager for Go applications. NuGet is .NET package manager. So every programming language has some sort of package managers. So you add the dependency, and if there's the dependency needs some other dependencies, you download the other dependency. So let's say that if I want to build it, Maven clean package, and I'm creating a jar. So the first question is to ask myself what this project is made of with the transitive dependency. So you execute Maven dependency, then tree to understand that the dependency tree of the application. So it says that basically it's just a test application. So it's just test phase needs hem crest core jar file. So, but it is not easy as in the other projects. So if let's say that if you have Spring Pattern, it's just a basic web application, and if we look at the POM XML file, you're gonna see that it has a parent POM, and the other one is that some sort of dependencies, Spring Boot, cache, data, actuator, validation, Teamleaf, and it's test, but it's called test. So the other one is H2 database, MySQL connection is needed for JDBC connections, PostgreSQL, and kind of. So there are dependencies in this project. So normally, actually, we have these projects like in production. So even if you are designing a microservice or a normal web service, then we put these dependencies together to build our product. So the question we should ask ourselves is, do we know the transitive dependencies of this project? So again, if we execute this project, so Maven dependency tree, we're gonna see all the dependencies that is needed for this application. So basically it says that, hey, you are using EHCH, but EHCH using SLF4J and JXB runtime, and that needs txw jar file. Again, this dependency is dependent on this project jar file, and this dependency depends on this dependency. So it goes as a tree. So by this command, we can extract the dependency tree of that application. So, and then we ship this product to our customer, again, to the production. The question we should ask to ourselves, do we know the licenses of this jar file? Do we know the vulnerabilities of this application? So basically, a couple years ago, I was using OWASP Dependency Check for this kind of things. So let's go, and then OWASP search for dependency check for Python. So OWASP Dependency Check. So this project is for finding out the licenses and the vulnerabilities of the project, all transitive with all transitive definitions. And let's go and then execute the dependency. Maven basically says that. I'm not going to download it. So this is the repository that you can get the OWASP dependency check, but today I'm not going to show what OWASP dependency check is. So the other one is, of course, we have, after that, I mean, of course, we have not one project. We have maybe 100 projects or tons of projects. So how we can centralize the vulnerabilities, centralize the licenses of these dependencies. So that's why we need another tool called OWASP Dependency-Track. OWASP Dependency-Track. And you can, if you extract the SBOM file of your project, like in CycloneDX or SPDX, then you can upload that file to Dependency-Track, and then you will see all your dependencies, vulnerabilities, as well as their licenses. So let's do a demo for this. And OWASP, not the OWASP, I'm going to search for, let's say that I want to create the SBOM file of Spring Pet application. So let's search for SBOM, Java, Maven. So Maven plugin. So as I said, there are two plugins, CycloneDX. The other one is the SBDX. So it says that use the default configuration, put inside plugin. Okay, but let's find it. Goes make aggregate POM. I need to output name is BOM. All I need is all, and where is the phase is here. So when I execute or Maven clean install or Maven clean package, I'll create the SBOM file of this project. Let's add it then. Plugin svim.xml. No, I will not do that. Let's execute code. And then let's wait for 1 second. So we have the POM XML file. And let's find the plugin section in the build section. And it says that copy and paste it. So I think it's okay. Plugin. So, okay. So when I execute Maven clean package -d, the Maven -test.skip should be true. I'm skipping the testing part. See that I'm still online. So I'm still online. Super cool. Let's find out download packages. And then let's investigate what SBOM is made of. Let's wait a couple of minutes to download all dependencies of this project. It gonna, as you can see, is download the jar file that is needed, that's needed for CycloneDX output. It will take like 1 minute, 2 minutes, I don't know. And let's wait. While it's downloading, let me open this repository. So CycloneDX specification, let's look at it. This CycloneDX specification. So media type, so it's in here, media type, and the latest version is 1.4, latest work, blah, blah. And basically, the both formats is SBDX and the CycloneDX puts in the configuration file, I mean, the output as the hash sum of the jar file, or the package, the name, where it comes from, who belongs to, and the license information. So if we go back and then look at again, let's search for CycloneDX specification and find something useful. Still is downloading. So so basically it says that CycloneDX JSON format needs that information. BOM file, serial number, version, metadata, components, services, external references, dependencies, composers, vulnerabilities, and signatures. But actually, with this plugin, we're not extracting the vulnerabilities. But as you can see, it is just optional. But the version, spec version, and the BOM format is the required tags to make valid cyclone.dx format. Again, let's wait. It's downloading too much thing from internet. So half of the internet is downloaded by Maven. The other one is downloaded by, I think, the Node.js. So while it's downloading, let's do something useful. Let's install Dependency-Track. Let's search for Dependency-Track so we can upload our projects SBOM files to Dependency-Track and to here, and then we can centralize our all projects in one place. So let's go to the installation. Docker Swarm, it says that Docker Swarm, I don't need it. I just need one container to spin up. OWASP Dependency-Track, GitHub. So let's go to the GitHub page. We can get more useful information. Is it still downloading? Yes. So it's the GitHub repository and Docker Swarm, Docker Swarm crate. I don't need it. I don't need it. I just need to spin up this Docker. Quick start. Yes. Let's start the quick start way. Let's copy this comment. I'm just using the quick start comment, but for Kubernetes installation, you can use, there's a Kubernetes installation, so you can use that one, but don't use in production, whatever. So I'll execute this command to spin up my OWASP Dependency-Track. Again, it's going to download some, one container. No, the reason is that that's important. It says that volume should be in here, but I need to go dev projects tools data. Here should be dev projects and make this OWASP Dependency track, the OWASP Dependency track. We can execute this command. Let's execute this command. It's still downloading. I think I cleared my environment. Check style is in charge right now. No. Check style is downloaded. I think I have a poor connection today. Let's see that everything is okay. Okay. So let's wait for 5 more minutes. While it is downloading something, let's see. No question. Cool. So let's switch to other topic while it's downloading. OWASP Dependency-Track, okay. The container will be spinned up. We are downloading the dependencies of the application to spin up. So the other one is, again, is related with Docker. So we know the dependencies of the project, like Node.js, NuGet, or kind of stuff. So we extract the SBOM file, whatever. So the thing is, what about the containers? So when you download the container, or if you are using some sort of containers, so you need to inherit from the base package, so base Docker image or any image. And after that, you put your dependencies, you put your projects inside that container image to create your environment. So in that case, what we do is, but what about the container vulnerabilities? So in the previous, I think, recording, I said that Trivy is one of the tools that you can use it, but Trivy cannot create a SBOM file. So if I have, let me check it. Yeah, if you, let's look at the Nginx one, Trivy. If I execute this command, no help for Nginx. Okay, first of all, let me look at it. The help command of Trivy. So it says start plugin version file SBOM. It starts to generate SBOM. Super cool. Config plugin image Nginx. So you can forget about the Tree's SBOM generation because it, as I said, in the older versions, it was not supporting. Right now it's supporting. Cool. Normally I'm using the tip one. So, okay, Docker PS, no, it didn't start it. Just a sec. Docker PS, RM, Dependency-Track. Am I? Oh, such containers. I executed --rm. No. DM, okay. P is okay. Dependency-Track. RM, Dependency-Track, okay. Okay, cool. Let's execute it this way. Just other comments. We spin up our dependency-track. Yes. Logs -f bundle of dependency-track. Let's see the logs if it is up and running. So we have these Nginx vulnerabilities. So if I execute like SBOM, so let's start. I never tried it with Trivy. Nginx, it's going to create the SBOM file of Nginx as a JSON format. So if I upload this file into OWASP Dependency-Track, I can get the vulnerabilities and license information. So let's wait for Dependency-Track to enable. But the tool that I'm using for SBOM for container images is actually let me go to here and then Sift. So Sift is a tool for, it is designed for SBOM generation. So let's execute. Let's check if I have it. Sift. No, I don't have. Let's install. On it. Homebrew. Getting started. Control F. Mac. So it's built only for Linux, macOS. Okay. Let's try to install this one. Okay. Still downloading. Spring Pad Clinic application. So it's downloading the dependency-track right now is downloading the well-known vulnerability-related databases. Install Sift. Let's try Sift. Super cool. Sift is, I installed the Sift, and after that, Sift available comments. I don't need it. Examples: a summary of discovered packages. So Sift package. So with the Sift, I'm going to create the SBOM file. But if you look at it, Sift --help. So it says it should be in here. host overrides password. No, I need to test the generate package as SBOM, the output file. Generate a package as SBOM. Package. Okay. Docker. Cool. So it says that sift package. So if I execute with this one, we'll pull the image and then scan the image for packages. So basically you can scan a directory or CI image folder or Docker or Podman or Docker. I mean, it's totally okay, but this part is important. The output format is very important. Show possible catalog details, SPDX, CylonDX, because by default, OWASP Dependency-Track doesn't support SPDX. It supports CylonDX. So while for the OWASP Dependency-Track, let me show you. If I spin up, okay, uncompressed, so it is up and running. And let's go to localhost 8080. Then let me write the default password. Default password is admin. And let's write default username admin. Current password is admin. Let's find a new password. It is super complicated. Change password. Okay. I changed the default password. Let's log in. And let's log in. So if I go to the administration side and the BOM formats enables CylonDX. So enable support for press BOM, only BOM format which will be processed, updated. So just CylonDX is enabled. Be aware of that. So for enabling the SPDX, I mean, it is manually installed on OWASP Dependency-Track, and the version just 2.2 is supported. SPDX 3 version is not supported in OWASP Dependency-Track. So it's okay. Super cool. We finished Java application and we finished the sift extraction of the package. But what I need is OWASP Dependency-Track needs CylonDX output. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show CylonDX, sorry. Then let's see the output of CylonDX. And okay. And let's create our projects, create project. Nginx, and the Nginx version is, let's call it latest. Classifier, it's a container. So basically you can put firmware, file, library, operating system, latest. So it's just a classifier of that. And demo, let's add tag, and it's Nginx. Super cool. So let's click Nginx. And we should upload the file that we created to here. Components. So we're going to do a component analysis. So that's why I switched to the components in here. So basic services, dependency graph, audit. So there are too many features. Download, upload, BOM. So let's go to bash. So basically it's created CylonDX output. And let's create CylonDX outputs and save to a file. Where am I? pwd. So let's go to tools data exer SBOM here, and let's execute our sift package one more time. And index dot no dash sec dot SBOM. Okay, cool. Get Nginx. So we have it. Upload BOM, browse. Okay. So let's go to, not in here, not in here. Choose data. SBOM. Okay, let's click here and let's open it. And let's upload it. So why it's, maybe it's working, maybe it's not working. We don't know. So first we should check it from Docker logs. So as you can see, I have 144 components in here. And all I have the license information in here and exploit predictions. And it shows me the possible exploits in here. Right now, maybe I don't have policy violations, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna integrate the OWASP Dependency-Track with Nexus administration, formats, analyzers. So you can integrate with one database, internally enable internal analyzer. Of course, it's enabled, but I need the sonotype OSS index. So I need to integrate OWASP Dependency-Track to get more information about my components, about the Nginx, about the Spring Pet client. So I will log into next. I need to go there and then integrate. Just I'm doing it on my inner tab. So I need my email address. Actually, I have it. So okay, I will sign into my account from Nexus. Okay. Let me copy the API key in here. So I've done it. And let me go back here. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to open ossindex.sonotype.org, and then you will go click that one, and then you will get the IP API key, and then you're going to copy it to here. So I updated. And let's look one more time to the projects. Is it still working? Yes. Oh my God. Even my Docker comment is not working right now. So cool. So as you can see, I enabled the Nexus, and then I have the vulnerabilities of the Nginx project. Let's click one more time to here, and then let's look at the dependency graph. No overview. It will show me the output a couple of minutes later. I'm waiting for data to be loaded. And while it's loading, let's go and then create our Spring project, spring.pet-clinic. And let's set a version. It's version of projects. And Spring 2.7.3 version. Okay, classifier, add a container. So let's select, for example, a framework or application. So it really doesn't matter for me right now. Application, description, Spring Web application, paths, click, and add a tag, demo. Then let's create it. Our pet clinic application. I will wait for a couple of seconds again. Did I click that? My computer will blow up. Great. I need you to create it. So still good. I'm in a good position. Okay, complete metrics up there. Okay, everything is okay. Let's look at the htop. Okay. There are too many edges, I think. Okay, let's close a couple of them. Up. Actually, Docker is consuming my CPU right now. I mean, not Docker, the application inside Docker is consuming lots of the data. Let's wait. And one more time. Ah, it's stuck. Cool, cool, cool. Let's create one more time. Spring web path. So I don't need it. Application. Let's create. No, it's not creating. God, create it. I need you to create it. Let's refresh one more time. Maybe it will work. But when, I don't know. So while waiting there, let me show from the code screen the output of the Java application with the SBOM generator. So it will create a project, a folder in the target. And as you can see, there's a BOM JSON file, BOM XML file. So we can upload these files to OWASP Dependency-Track. So let's look at one of the formats of the CycloneDX spec version. It shows you the spec version, the serial number, and the tools. So basically, these are the components that the application is made of. It says that license and kind of sub-publisher. It says that, for example, Spring Boot Starter Actuator, the version number, description, scope, hashes that is needed to validate it, and kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload this file into my OWASP Dependency-Track. If I can do it, there's components. Or what I'll do is I'll stop K3S. K3S. Help. K3D. Help. Help. list. Or cluster stop should be this one. And again, let's wait a couple of minutes. It's not perfect. Okay. So let's log in. Oh my God, my computer is just stuck. Just this comment should be working. Just see. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is the PS stop if it then set the CPU limit. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Connection is a request timeout. Okay. I don't need a request. It's in there. Yes, again. Look. Up. Container. Okay. Stop. I need to buy a new Mac, I think. So I must stop one, but not receive any. Let's execute the PS. Okay. Stop. Stop. I need you to stop. Okay. Demo gods are not helping me today. Theoretical container, but okay, the PS again if I execute this one, but what if I restart Docker? I need to restart Docker. Okay. Let's start Docker. Cool. Everything is normal. Okay, Docker PS. Okay, pwd, I'm in rat. Grab dependency-track. Okay, let's execute this command. 586. Docker. Okay, cool. Docker start. Yes. Logs. Chef dependency track. Okay, cool. Let me refresh it. Admin, my passwords. It was a very easy process, but this time it's not working. Okay, cool. So projects, I have the Nginx. Let's look at the Nginx vulnerabilities, components. So let's look at this risk scores. So basically, if I use this one, I'll have this vulnerabilities. If I click Open SSL, and yes, I have this vulnerability. So I should be very careful about this image. I mean, loop, unreachable exit condition, infinite loop. So I mean, one by one, I should look at it if I am vulnerable to that vulnerability or not. And again, let's go to the project and let's create our Spring project, Spring Pet Clinic, and classifier is an application 272. I will not add any identifier or tag, and let's go to the components and then let's upload SBOM to here. So browse. Let me go to the project path. And first of all, I need to find the path of it. pwd. Let's call that. Okay, I'll have the target and SBOM JSON and SBOM XML. I can upload both of them. I upload it. Super cool, but I should be sure that it's uploaded because OWASP Dependency-Track doesn't generate error if the format is not compatible with the version it's using. I should be very careful about it. So let's refresh our application. So in the Spring Pet Clinic, let's look at our risk scores. You're gonna see that Snake YAML has the most vulnerable dependency that I have in my application. When I click this YAML, jar file, I'll see the vulnerabilities of the application. So I've clicked that one. Let's click, for example, when I am in risk 4, secret sync, Snake or YAML. So basically it says denial of service. If I use this dependency, I am vulnerable to a denial of service. So basically, generate your SBOMs, and after that, your SBOM files. Specifically, there are 3 formats, but I use mostly SPDX. But the Dependency-Track right now doesn't support SPDX. You should manually enable it in previous version. The other one is, and if you use SPDX, it supports version 2.2, and CycloneDX is the format that it uses in the OWASP Dependency-Track. The other one is we have some couple of tools to extract the SBOM. So whatever you are using as an application, Java, Go, .NET, it really doesn't matter. So the OWASP guys are developing the components depending on the package manager, as well as there are tons of projects that are creating the SBOM files. One of them is SIFT. The other one is Trivi. Trivi just started to, I just saw that Trivi started to create SBOM files. And for example, Docker itself has SBOM. So Docker SBOM. And let's execute Docker. SBOM is not a Docker command. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is Docker SBOM. I'm going to search for Docker SBOM, generate SBOM for Docker images. So I need to find the GitHub repository of this plugin. So it's an experimental feature. GitHub. That should be a GitHub repository in here. Formats, blah, 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 Docker CL plugin. So it says that you can execute this command to get this plugin. And let's execute this plugin to enable our script. Sorry, Docker command. Enable this plugin. And let's wait for this, again, a couple of minutes. Let's check. Still it's not available. So basically, by the way, you can use the Docker command. I'm just trying to, okay. So Docker SBOM Nginx. So basically, it will do the same thing. So, I mean, again, there are tons of tools that you can use to create SBOM files. One is them is Sift, 3V, Docker SBOM. If you have, let's say that Java, you can use the Java SBOM generator plugin. You can use the other dependency SBOM generators, and then we upload our SBOM files to the Dependency-Track to track vulnerabilities and the licenses information. So Dependency-Track has can be deployed as a to the Kubernetes cluster or any Docker runtime. So basically, you can integrate with the databases. So by this way, it will not download many times the vulnerability databases. So basically, that's it. We create the file, understand the dependency, understand the containers, create the packages, what the application is made of, and then create the project in the dependency track, and then feed the dependency track with our SBOM formats. So, and after that, we will have the centralized view of the dependencies, container images, whatever we have, we can feed it. Thanks so much for today. Let's look at it for the questions. I don't think there's a question. Thank you. Have a good day then. Bye.